Our text for today, 2 verses from the book of Psalms. The first one, Psalms 34, verse 18. The Lord is near to those who have a broken heart, and saves such as have a contrite spirit. And then over in the 147th Psalm, the 3rd verse, we read, He heals the brokenhearted and binds up their wounds. And may the Lord add His blessing to the reading of His Word today. How many of you recognize the song that Angela played for our offertory? Several of you did. Yeah. Obviously, I'm too young to remember it, but obviously some of you are that old. Well, anyway, back in 1971, the British band called the Bee Gees had a hit song entitled, How Can You Mend a Broken Heart? And Angela, as always, played it so beautifully. In their song, the Bee Gees asked several times, how can you mend a broken heart? And in their song, the Bee Gees plead several times, please help me mend my broken heart. But in their song, not one time did the Bee Gees ever tell us how to do it. Not once in their song do they tell us how to deal with and mend a broken heart. Well, in the Psalms, another songwriter and singer, not a British one, but a Jewish one by the name of David, wrote and sang several songs about this topic. David did so because he had had his heart broken many times, many ways, by many people. As we go through life, or maybe I should say as life goes through us, we too have to deal with broken hearts. And in my message today, I'm going to give you both some destructive and some constructive ways to deal with a broken heart. First, the destructive ways. And I'm not going to spend much time on these for obvious reasons. There's the way of drink. Some people, many people, too many people try to drown their broken hearts with alcohol. This does not work. Why doesn't it work? Because you cannot drown a broken heart. Broken hearts can swim. Broken hearts can outswim Michael Phelps. You cannot drown the broken heart. There's the way of drugs. Now, I realize alcohol is a drug, but I'm talking about the kind that people sniff, snort, and shoot up. This does not work. Why doesn't it work? Because no matter how high that drug may take you, when you come back down, your broken heart will still be there. There's the way of desertion. Some people try to desert their broken hearts. That is, they try to run away from and escape their broken hearts. This does not work. Why not? Because no matter how far you run, no matter how fast you run, you cannot outrun a broken heart. There's the way of disagreeable. Some people try to deal with a broken heart by going through life being mad and angry at the world. Being angry and bitter and disagreeable with everyone and everything. This does not work. Because rage and anger only makes the broken heart more broken. And then there's the way of disguise. Some people try to act like, play like, and pretend like their heart is not broken. This does not work. Why? Because after the curtain goes down on their act, the broken heart is still there. But now let me give you 4 constructive ways to deal with a broken heart. The first way is to word it out. Word it out. By this I mean talk it out. Talk about your broken heart. First and foremost with the Lord. As David says in that first verse we read, the Lord is near to those who have a broken heart. And because He's near, He can and He will hear. So talk to the Lord first about your broken heart. But also, talk about your broken heart with the person. Find someone, not just anyone, but find someone that you can talk to and trust regarding your broken heart. Find someone who cares enough about you that they will give you their time and their ear. Find someone who, when you tell about your broken heart, they will listen to you a lot and talk to you very little. Find someone that will keep what you tell them about your broken heart in confidence and not put it in the newspaper, on the radio, or on Facebook. This someone may be a family member, might be a friend, might be a co-worker, might be a coach, might be a teacher, teammate, roommate, pastor, someone. I hate to break it to you, but the world in general, the world at large, could care less about your broken heart. But there is a person who does care about you and your broken heart. So you word it out with that person, because that is a sure way to deal with and even mend your broken heart. The second way, weep it out. Weep it out. Now this one is mostly aimed at us guys, although I do know a few gals that need to hear this too. By weeping it out, I mean let our emotions out. Allow our feelings to show, to even cry and shed tears. Now, us men, generally speaking, we try to fight and resist this, don't we? Why? Because when we were being raised, we were taught big boys and real men never cry. Big boys and real men never show any emotion. Big boys and real men always keep a stiff upper lip. Big boys and real men always keep it in. Let me tell you something. That is a lie straight from hell. The most man who ever set foot on this earth, Jesus Christ, let His emotions out and even cried and wept on occasion. And I'll give you a modern example. You remember General Norman Schwarzkopf? He was known to cry and weep on occasion. While the man he was fighting, Saddam Hussein, no one had ever seen him shed a tear in his entire life. Schwarzkopf was asked about this in an interview, about the difference. And here's what he said to the reporter: "Show me a man who cannot and will not cry, and I'll show you a monster. I'll show you somebody you better fear." So guys and gals, when we try to keep the hurt in, that pressure just keeps building and building and building until eventually, some way, sometime, somewhere, that pressure cooker is going to explode. And there will be one big mess to try and clean up. Weep it out, let it out. That is a positive way to deal with and mend a broken heart. Third way, work it out. Work it out. Here's what I mean by this. If you've got a broken heart and you're already busy, stay busy. If you've got a broken heart and you're not busy, get busy. Stay busy and get busy. Doing something, anything. Work, play, hobby, part-time, pastime, volunteer, charity. Just do something. Why do I say that? Because I have seen people, when their heart got broken, give up, sat down, quit on life, and do nothing. I've seen people retreat and retire from life and people I've seen people hibernate and hide out with their broken heart. I've seen people stop living for all practical purposes. But you know what I've seen? It never helps. It never works. So stay active. Stay interested in things. Stay involved in things. It will definitely help you to mend that broken heart. And then let me give you one more. Worship it out. Worship it out. By this I mean basically stay active in your local church. Your church is here to help you with your broken heart. But your church can't help you if you won't let your church help you. But that's why we're here. We're here to laugh with you. We're here to cry with you. We're here to walk with you. We're here to work with you, to strengthen you, to support you, to comfort you, and to console you. The last thing you need to do with your broken heart is to quit the church. The last thing you need to do with your broken heart is to withdraw from church and stop meeting with fellow believers in God's house. Now here's why I say that. I've seen people do this at every church I've ever pastored. And you know what I've also seen? It never helps. It always makes things worse. It's not the answer. In fact, just the opposite is true. When you have a broken heart, that's when you need the church more than ever. When you have a broken heart, that's when you need fellow believers more than ever. When you have a broken heart, that's when you need to continue to worship God in His house more than ever before. Worship it out. It will definitely help you to mend that broken heart. Anytime we get a part of us broken, it hurts, doesn't it? Hand, leg, arm, foot, knee, hip, jaw, nose, toenail, fingernail. I can't think of a part of us that when we get broke, it feels good. Can you? No. Every part of us, when it's broken, it hurts. But nothing hurts like a broken heart. Nothing. And while a broken heart is the hardest part of us to heal and mend, it can be healed and it can be mended. For as David says in our second verse, the Lord heals the brokenhearted. David is right. He knew that from experience. I know that from experience, and you know that from experience. The Lord first. What have we said at the close of each of our messages on the heart? No matter what we've been talking about in connection with the heart, what's the answer? Give it to Him. Give it to Him. You give your heart to Him, and then you follow it up with those 4 ways, and you'll have the answer that the Bee Gees couldn't give us. You'll have the answer to how to deal with and mend a broken heart. God help each of us to do it His way, to give our hearts to Him, to do those 4 things as we deal with our broken hearts.